Hey everyone, we are back with another episode. I'm your host Eden.
And I'm Marky.
Today's creature of the week.
Were-Jaguars.
Yeah. This one's the first of many cat shapeshifters. I'm not going to do them all as a group because there's a lot more cats than there are canids. So this is just the first of many cat shifter videos.
Never in any particular order.
Yeah, we're just putting up creatures as we find interest in them first. There's no real set order to how we're putting this, even though there probably should be.
Probably in alphabetical.
Or at least by region. But the myths and legends of Were-Jaguars have had a long and bloody history in Central America.
And Southern.
Southern too, yeah. They have been seen as great warriors and as horrific monsters.
Wait, isn't that most shifters?
Most shifters have been known as horrific monsters.
Isn't that most shifters?
Very few have been seen as great warriors.
Right, did I say that?
With the first Were-Jaguar dating all the way back to early Mesoamerica. In ancient Mesoamerica, the jaguar was thought of as a god or goddess of war and also were thought of as protectors of the underworld. The first recorded Were-Jaguar was a warrior priest, or at least that I could find, of these jaguar gods, and was thought to be a demigod of said deities. The warrior priest was most likely at war and was on the brink of death when he was visited by the spirit of these jaguar gods and asked him if he would like the power to defeat his enemies. The priest accepted the offer, so the first Were-Jaguar was born.
Well, wouldn't anybody that was dying, if someone came up, I know of a way to kill them all and let you live. Wouldn't you take it?
Probably. Were-Jaguars were able to have the power of change like any shapeshifter, but were also thought of to have the power of controlling other lesser shifters, or at least what they thought of lesser. Come on, they're cats. They think everyone's beneath them.
Yeah, that's a cat for you.
And also, they were also thought of as guardians of the underworld. They could enforce their will. What cat can't at some point on those of they saw fit to. They could literally, hypnotize or just by sheer presence alone force you into doing something that they wanted.
Well, that would explain why a cat can always get someone to scratch him.
Probably. They were able to control true jaguars, as in their animal counterparts, as well as giant brutes of shapeshifters. Yes, this is where the berserkers tied in, people. But were also thought of to have the power to control other lesser shapeshifters, as I said earlier. They have much of a cult following in Mesoamerican tribes, like the Mayan, the Olmec, and the most famous Were-Jaguars of all in all of history, as well as one of the most deadliest warriors of all time, or not necessarily all time. I'm sure there's probably deadlier.
Well, at least for Central and Southern America, they were the deadliest.
Yeah, true. The Aztec Jaguar warriors. Cat.
Yeah.
The Aztec Jaguar warriors would literally they're the most famous of most Jaguar shifters. When you think Were-Jaguar, you're automatically going to think of them. Plain and simple. But when they'd go out to war, they would capture live people as prisoners of war to become sacrifices to the Jaguar gods. And as normal of ritualistic human sacrificing, the Jaguars would sometimes eat the heart of said people.
Unless they just offer it up to the god.
Yeah, that's true too. They'd sometimes have an actual true Jaguar there as a representation of the god, and have the Were-Jaguar as a mediary between the two.
Don't quote us on that though.
Yeah. The Aztec Jaguars was one of the most feared shifters of Mesoamerica. They could hunt in the deeps of the forest or even the rocky hills at their upper borders. They would constantly go out to war just to expand the empire.
Isn't that normal empire MO?
Yeah, pretty much. Their powers didn't differ much from other creatures like werewolves, berserkers, except actually having intelligence, unlike the berserker. They could, in a way, track by the scent of the spirit, almost. They're the ones that they have deemed worthy of them controlling. Some Jaguars were even called bone keepers or something of that sort, and could even make some other lesser shapeshifters, not just Jaguars themselves. Jaguars don't necessarily have a pack or pride function. They're really much of a
solitary hunters, just like normal Jaguars.
Yeah. They would control other shifters, but they would, unless they absolutely had to, they would most likely work alone in the shadows, or in large prides, considering that's what we normally call a large group of cats, of other Were-Jaguars or people that they are controlling, and do their thing, pretty much. Their appearance would not differ much from their human one, except for, like a werewolf, a sloped brow,
probably a bit more cat-like features.
More angular cat-like features. Their teeth wouldn't change much. Only their canines were known to be changed to points. They were thinner and shorter than werewolf teeth or fangs, and their skin was, depending on how they were changed, could either take on a more natural Jaguar-like approach to coloring, or go for a more darker Jaguar approach. Because if you know your biology, you know Jaguars can come in black or tan.
I thought that was leopards.
Nope, even Jaguars can do it too. But they would all have the black markings they would all have dark black markings would show up. For the dark Jaguars, it would become more of a bluish purplish tint or so. Easier to blend in at night. They were said to have green eyes. I'm not sure if this is true or not, or if the green eyes even mean anything. But
or if it wasn't just the person's regular eye color.
That too. But if you own cats, you'll know that most cat eyes glow green anyways. So, they had super strength, super speed, kick-ass healing factor. They had to learn control like any other shapeshifter, though. They just because they're cats does not mean they have godly control. I'm sorry, that doesn't happen. Especially when you're a giant wild cat. Anger is an issue.
Anger's an issue either way you look at it.
Sorry, I'm having allergy problems at the moment. I think that's it. You have anything to add?
Nope.
Yeah, they could shift into. They could possibly shift into full jaguar form. I'm not sure. The only legends that I can really remember of them are from war times, and they mostly needed thumbs and had actual jaguars on the field with them to take down their enemies. So I'm not too sure if they could full shift into jaguars or not, or if they had to go through a type of initiation or period of change to reach full shifter form. Not too sure. Don't ask what the jaguar god name was. I do not know. I've looked it up and I can't even find one reference. I can only find jaguar gods. That's it. So I'm guessing this is it for today. If you want to learn more, look it up. I'm sorry.
That's all we can tell you.
Yeah. So, peace.
Later.